Hi everybody, Nancy here. I had a question on one of my videos of if it was possible to create a shortcut coming directly to your planner. And sure, there is. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really funny. It doesn't do the way I showed you. It doesn't make a suggestion to get back to this page. So you're going to need to copy the URL for the page that you want to go back to. And let's say, for example, this is the page that I want to return to. If you go up to the Z, now mine is at the top. You may not have it up there. See, if I click on that, under Document Details, you get the UUID. That's the same as a URL, okay? And you can copy to pasteboard and do done. Now, if you don't have that Z up at the top, some people don't, then if you go to the double tools right there, see it's down at the bottom, to document properties under miscellaneous. Well, I say that, let me do cancel. I have mine set to advanced. Let me click, okay, it's still there. If I had it on basic, then you still have the ability to do that. All right, so you just choose the URL, copy link. It's called a UUID here, done. So now I've got a copy of that. All right, now I'm going to pull up from the bottom, click on my shortcut. Well, you know what? I'm going to not do that. I'm going to close out Zoom Notes, because if you have it open already, then the link goes like quick, immediately. But I don't want it to do that. I want to show you guys how long it takes if you have to open up Zoom Notes from scratch. All right. Now, I already have this, and I'll show you a couple ways I'm doing it. And another thing, I'm going to show you at the end of the video how I created my little girl. So, let me do done and click on the plus sign. Now what I need to do is go to directly to a URL. You know, that's the stuff that you put up at the top when you're wanting to go somewhere on the internet. Well, heck. So I'm going to search for URL here, because I know that's what I need. And see down the fourth thing down, it says open URLs. Tap on that and tap on the ghosted URL, and you're getting it from the clipboard. You know, I don't like that. Oh, that opens up multiples. Huh, that's interesting. See, I learn something every time I do this. Let's see. I want to get rid of that and just do URL again. See, it does have a plural on it, so open URL. Now I'm just going to tap on it and do paste. Paste, because that's the page that I want to go to. So I'm going to test it now. I'm just going to click on the blue arrow top right here. Now, the first time you run it, you're going to have to give it permission to go to the Zoom Notes. So do allow. You don't need to do that but once. So now it's opening up Zoom Notes, and you have to give it time to get back to, you know, how when you first open up Zoom Notes, if you had it set to always open up to the current document, see, there it is. Okay. It just takes a second for it to open up, and you have to have the patience for that. I rarely have patience to wait on it. But, okay, so now I'm back on this page. Now, personally, I would do it one of two ways, because I don't necessarily want to come back to this every time I open up Zoom Notes, this particular page. So I have added a link to today up at the top, that little gold circle. I would do that. Go ahead and add that to my tabs layer so that it's always there. And that way, oh, I hate those three dots. If I click on I guess I need to move that one over because I use it the most often. That's probably what I need to do. I'll do that in a minute. Y'all don't need to watch me do that. But if I see, I lost focus. I'm going to click on my little gold dot, select the go-to. So it brings me to today. That's probably where you want to go. All right. And I'm guessing that you guys know how to do that, but I'll go ahead and show you anyway, because maybe you don't. Create a shape, and then go to the shape's properties and click on link, and you want to link to a page, and see keep link on date. If you select that and choose today, or you could choose this week, it would go to this week's page. Let me do that just for this one, and do done. I'm done there. All right, so now if I click on it, see, it takes me to this week's page. That's cool because I'd rather go to the weekly. So you have that option, but you notice I did not put it on the tabs layer. Let me go back, undo link. I put it on just the top layer number 1. So it's not going to show up on every page. That would be the problem with doing exactly what I just showed you. You want to make sure when you create that link to put it on the tabs layer. That way it's always there. It's a master layer and you'll always be able to see it. I wasn't very imaginative with the shape. I could have put any image on top of it and to make it cuter. But so that's what I would do. That was one thing I would do, because there's no way to link to today from just anywhere in the world, because anywhere in the world doesn't have a clue how to run it in Zoom Notes. That's another thing I wish that, somehow Zoom Notes had communication with shortcuts so that we could run a link from our shortcut. But we don't have that yet. So I say yet because I'm hoping one day it'll show up. The other thing you could do, if you have an index page, you could always send it to the index page. Come on. Oh, wait, I bet my pen is down to 0 again. Yep. Golly. My pen dies like so quick. I need a new one. So if I click on, I need the pen to activate the link. If I go to index, see, now I can go to this week or this page. So if you have an index page and you don't want to mess with the today, then you could always go to this and put this code instead. So if I copy to pasteboard, do done. Now if I go back to the shortcuts and I kill that one and I do URL again and open URL, tap on the ghosted URL and do paste. Now I'm going to test it. And again, because this is the first time I'm running that particular thing, do allow. See, it takes it back to this page, and then you can click on today. If you have the index created. If you don't, go ahead and make yourself a today link. Okay, And of course, you know, go back to shortcuts. When I say I go back to shortcuts, this is what I'm doing. See, in the top left corner, it says shortcuts next to the time. If you click on that, that takes it back. You guys probably know that already. Okay, so I would do done, and I would, well, I have to go back in and click on these three little lines up at the top, add to home page or home screen. And again, I would, you know, name it something, Zoom Notes. And choose a photo. And of course, I don't have anything ready. Let's just do that. Just, oh no. Well, let's see. It's circles. Yeah, that'll work. And do add. Now, see, that I know is Zoom Notes. All right, and I can move it down to the line at the bottom. Now, this particular one right here, see, 2 over to the left, that's a split screen. So what it's going to do is open up Zoom Notes, open up Bible Gateway. Now see, I told it to open up the Bible because why I have that is so that I can actually, you know, read this over on the right and draw as I go, do something here, and click on the reading plans, and it tells me where I should be reading today, because this is a chronological daily Bible reading, and I don't know what the daily Bible reading is going to be, so I always have both of them open. And this is a different version of the Bible on the left than the one on the right. The one on the right is King James. The one on the left, I think, is New King James. I'm not real sure. I can't remember. But see, I can pull it over and do more writing. So that will always open up to the last page I was on in Zoom Notes, and always open up here. And I'll show you that actual code. Let's see, it's here. Okay, so I do done on this one. And let's see if I can find the split one. Bible Zoom Notes right here. Well, heck. Now, the actual shortcut wants to know if I want a clock. I had set it so that it would run a clock or timer, so I made sure I read at least 30 minutes a day, but I don't really need that. So if I go back, I'm going to go back to the shortcut. And see, there is a problem because I stopped it. Let's see. Where'd it go? Well, heck, I found it right away. I know that up here. Okay, if I click on the 3 dots to look at it, see, I tell it to open up Zoom Notes, and exactly the URL that I showed you guys. And then I did a split screen between Bible Gateway and Zoom Notes, and then start timer. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I'll just exit out and do done. And that'll save it, and that way I won't have to worry about that timer going off in 30 minutes, okay? And it won't ask me that question next time. All right, so that's how you create it so that you open up the exact page you want in Zoom Notes. Now, I just wanted to show you guys, let's see, let me go ahead and go back. I'm tapping on that. And I'm waiting for my, that to open. But I want to go back to, where is it? Let's see. I want to go back to the original. Oh, I have it tagged. Yay. So let's see if I can find it. I'm going to search for the page tag that I identified as video cover and do done, and there it is. That's why you use tags. Love that feature. All right, now I want to show you how happy Valentine's Day, in case I forgot to say that. I rarely, sometimes I do just go with the shortcut that go with the little picture that I get from my Bitmoji. But this little girl sitting at this desk is not, see, I've got her holding a cookie. Well, I had to use 3 different versions of Bitmojis on top of the existing one. Let me show you. If I select this little guy, move it out of the way, move her head, and move this cup, this is what it really looks like. But since today was Valentine's Day, I decided I would make something special. So I took those 3 images that I searched. See, if I go to the A and go to Bitmoji. Now, even the shortcut tip, that doesn't come with that text, and I let it do it. This is how I find that. Whenever you're doing Bitmoji, if there's words that you want to use, you know, they're not going to have shortcut tip as some of the words, but you can type that in, shortcut, and go ahead and use the exact words that you want to include on your Bitmoji and do a search. And see, it will automatically create samples of that text with different images. Now, the problem is that you have no control over the girl. See, like, she's not sitting at a desk on any of these. So what I will do is tap on the Bitmoji tip again and then do another search, and it'll give me different ones. And I can see there she is in the book. Now, I sometimes will use that little head coming out of the PC, this one. Tap that over here. See, that's, sometimes I'll use that little image. But the point of that was that you have to keep searching until you find one that you like, because you have no control over the actual images that crop up with that. Anyway, so that's how I got the original shortcut tip. One of the times when I searched, it found this image here. And I thought, well, that's cute. That looks like I'm talking into a mic, talking to you guys. And then for today, to make it more Valentine-ish, I pulled in her head. And her head, I modified it slightly. I don't know. You can go ahead and hang up if you guys don't care about this at all, because this is what I'm talking about until the end of the video. It's not about the other things. So if I select that, see, if you notice, I had to, why am I having this trouble? Select it. If you notice, I've got a little chunk taken out of her hair. That's because the microphone, when I put the original on top of it, the hair covers the microphone, and that's not natural. So I took it to transparency and knocked off that little corner so that it looks more like her hair is behind the microphone. For the cookie, I kind of did the same thing. After I took it, first I cropped it to make so much, so I don't have so much to take into transparency. I crop it, and then I take it to transparency, and I get rid of the girl, so I have just the cookie left. And when I put the cookie on top of her hand, that didn't look natural, so I took it back into transparency, and took out a little hunk of it so that her thumb would appear to be on top of the cookie instead of behind it. And then this cup of, I guess, hot chocolate. I call it hot chocolate because I don't drink coffee. And that was the image I looked for. I just searched on coffee, and they had one that had a heart on it. So I just cropped out everything, or, first I cropped it, and then I used transparency to clean it up so that it didn't have all that stuff on it. Okay? Now, the little girl's head, I also kind of see how that head is turned a different way. So I just went to image and distort image and just kind of, twisted it around so that it's not quite as straight up front. It's not a whole lot better, but a little difference. Now you can still see her hair behind that image. But that's okay. It just looks like I have thicker hair. All right. Okay, that's all. I just wanted to show you guys how I do these things. They don't come ready-made. I have to put them together sometimes. But that's it. Y'all have a great day here. Bye.